Hi everyone, welcome to another informative episode on White Lady Gardening and on Farm. So today we're going to be just chit-chatting about whatever you want to discuss and a little bit about irrigation. So how are you guys doing? The weather is quite nice outside. Well, nice is relative, but compared to what we have been getting in the previous years, this is, well, previous years. Hi, Hazel plant. Oh Lord. Compared to what we have been getting in the previous weeks, this is pretty good weather. I think we're going to be about 3 degrees. Well, we were 3 degrees at 3 o'clock today, which is the warmest hour of the day. Oh, hi, LP. I made it. Doing well, thanks. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing okay too. I'm a bit tired today, but I'm doing okay. I've been pretty busy this week trying to sort out my worms after they froze, so I'm a bit exhausted, but I can't complain. It's nice and bright outside, and the weather is warming up. Some areas I can see where the snow is melting, so I'm looking forward to spring. Do you guys have snow on the ground where you are? Yeah. The weather here is really strange. Last week it was -10, and in some places it's 20 this week. I feel you, my dear. I feel your pain. It is similar where I am because last week we were having temperatures -65 one night, and mostly in the -50s and -40, and then suddenly by today's what, Monday, so that would have been Saturday. The temperatures were like 0 and 2 degrees. I'm like, what? That's over 60 degrees difference in less than 4 days. So I don't really know what's going on, but it's crazy. Some people here are getting excited that spring is coming or that the cold is going away, but I'm not getting that excited just yet because this is Saskatchewan and the weather is always just up and down. And it happened to us last year and the year before where we got, oh, hi, Sian. We got all excited because in February, the ending of February, we were having really nice weather. By early March, we started to see our perennials shooting out of the ground and everybody got happy. And then it got cold again, and most of the plants that sprouted, they died off. So I'm not going to get too excited about it, but I'm still happy that it is not frigid out there. At least my worms can be a bit more comfortable. Let's see, we had 30 degrees F today, -1. Okay, is that cold for where you are? Or is that warming up? Let's see. LP says, I am so excited for spring. Our highs are above freezing all week. Wow, that's nice. That sounds like fun. More reason to be outside, eh? But not for too long, at least not in my region. Even if it is above, it is still a bit on the colder side. So I stay in my garage if I have to be outside. Of course, I'll just take a walk in the backyard and just look at the garden, even though there's nothing to see. It's just all ice, but I will just stop and just look at it anyway because I'm so anxious to get started with the gardening. Maybe I'm going a bit crazy. Let's see. LP says, I haven't got anything sprouting. I hope not. Okay, yeah. It's not time for them to start sprouting early and then eventually suffer from frostbite and other stuff. Uh, that's warming up. It's quite nice for February. I'm in Great Lakes region. Okay. I don't know where Great Lakes is, but yes, we need some warmth now, man, especially after all that cold in some areas and storms in some areas and the power outages that some have been experiencing and loss of internet. And in these times with COVID out there and you're under restrictions, living without internet can be really, really difficult, especially if you are someone who rely on it a lot. So yes, time to warm up so we can go out and relax a bit. It's not as if we can go gallivanting all over the place as we used to. Oh hi, Han White. Yes. So what type of irrigation do you guys use in your garden? There are actually many options for irrigating your garden, but some of them are more popular than others. Some are more suited for commercial farming than for domestic purposes. But like in my garden, I use a hose and just manually water my garden. Sometimes, depending on what it is, if I want to add a little extra water, then I might use, or if my plants are very small, then I might use the watering can. Let's see. Okay, just saying greetings. All right. Yeah, so sometimes I'll use a hose or a watering can depending on the size of my plants, but it can be so tedious watering with a hose all the time. But at least I love to manually water with a hose sometimes because I'm able to control just how much water I'm giving my plants. I'm there to see how much it is getting and stuff like that. But at times I'd rather not have to do it, especially have you ever been so busy that you forget to water your garden? And sometimes it's not even that you forget to water your garden, but you are just so busy that you can't find the time to actually do so. Let's see. LP says, I don't have any irrigation set up, just me and my hose. Irrigation, I water from a jug. I haven't got a hose. Okay. Yeah. And then the larger your garden is, the more tedious it can be when you're actually watering from a hose. Yes. Okay. LP says yes. So, are you planning, like, if you have a large garden, would you be planning to find a different method of irrigating your garden than just using a garden hose? Let's see, Able says, not Able, but LP says, when my garden is new in the spring, I'm on top of watering, but by fall, I'm falling behind. I know what you mean. When it is new, you're all excited about it. And then because you know that younger plants are more delicate, so you might spend more time watering it. But as you get accustomed to having the garden, sometimes we can become a bit neglectful with that. Yeah. Let's see. Ado says, I just planted some poppy seeds and some um, physalis, physalis today. Is that how it's called? Physalis, did I get that right? Yeah. What are physalis? Are they flowers? Yeah. So there are many different type of irrigations, and I would really like to do something different from just watering with a hose. So some of the different types of irrigation that are popular in garden are things like surface irrigation, where the water is distributed over and across the land by gravity, so you're not using, or you can use localized irrigation where the water is distributed under low pressure through a piped network to individual plants. Let's see, LP says, when my garden is new in the spring, I am on top of it. Okay, yes, I read that already. I've been prepping my seed mix today to start some flowers and peppers and winter sowing. Yeah, I've been working on that too. I have been trying to harvest a bit of castings. The castings that was frozen, I'm going to be using that to make some potting mix and then start my seedlings. I already have some of my potting mix prepared. I have them put into containers that I'm going to be doing a bit of winter sowing. So now I just need to mix the rest of my stuff and get that started. Um, there's not many seeds that I can start in the next couple of weeks. The only thing I can start is like my peppers, my tomatoes, lettuces I can start in the next 3 weeks as well, but those I'm not going to be starting indoors. I'm going to be winter sowing them. LP says, I too would like to explore an irrigation system. Yeah, thinking of, because I have been trying to set up one for years now. I would say at least 3, 4 years now. So I collected some of those 1,000 gallon totes. I've got what, three of them. One is catching rainwater from the garage, and then I have two that is catching the water that comes off the house. So I have them a bit elevated, but I don't think they're elevated enough because I attempted to water from them, but because the base of those tanks are lower than my raised bed, so there isn't much pressure there to get it watered. So I'm going to have to set up something else for that. Ava says, you got it right. It is a fruiting plant from the tomato family that makes orange fruits wrapped in a cocoon. Oh, that's interesting. I'd like to see that. So, what does it taste like? Is it sweet or is it more tomato tasting? Okay, you're asking LP what type of plants. And what it says, I made some more potting mix at the weekend. Nice. I am so anxious to get out there and start sowing my seeds and watching them germinating, because that's just, it's just so exciting. I just can't wait to reach that point. I'm so tempted. I'm really tempted to just start the seeds, but I don't really want to rush it because my growing season doesn't start until the next 3, 4 months. Well, 3 months, so I don't really want to rush it and then end up with my plants getting too big on me. But I'm just itching to go. LP says, oh, you're winter sowing? Yes. Are you doing a video of it? I've got to catch up on videos. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing a brief video on it actually. I have a video that I'm editing now, but I think that might be up by the weekend about that. But it's just briefly, and then I'm going to be doing a follow-up video on it. Let's see. Can't you start beans? No, I can't start beans until the latter part of March. So I'm still gonna have to wait for quite a bit. Oh, hi, Mom. Hi, Melanie. So let's see. LP says, oh, talking to Abel, I'll be starting sweet peppers, bell peppers, jalapeno, cabbage, lavender, kale, broccoli, carrot, spinach, marigold, columbine phlox, Brussels sprout, milkweed, lots of that. Wow, you're gonna be busy. Yeah, that's a lot of seeds you're able to start at the moment. Yeah, I'm not able to do much, but the good thing is that although it is only a few things that I can start in March, I can also start my sweet potatoes. I have some started already, but it's not enough. I want a lot more. So, although it's not a lot that I can start, I still have a large variety. I think I have 12 varieties of peppers, hot and sweet, that I want to grow. So I'm going to have a reasonable amount of pepper plants. And then I have a large variety of tomatoes. I think 12 different varieties of tomatoes that I'm going to be growing. So I'm still going to have my hand full. Let's see. And White says, I still need to get my tomato seeds. Yes, I also need to get some tomato seeds because I tried sowing some of the older set of seeds that I have and they did not germinate. So I know I'm going to have to replace some of them because, to be honest, some of them I've had for a long time. Oh, hi, Russell. Yes. Okay. LP says a lot of those I'm going to winter sow. I'll probably kick myself for my ambitions. Yeah, a lot of the things that I'm going to be growing, I'm going to be winter sowing as well because, well, I don't have a lot of grow lights and I don't intend to get a lot of grow lights. And so, for the cool weather crops, I'm going to be winter sowing practically all of them. Some lettuce I can start pretty soon, some of them not. So, like the lettuce heads, I can start those pretty early. So, I'm going to start some of those indoors and I'm going to be winter sowing most of them outside because, well, I want to make sure that I have them going consecutively and not everything all at once. Let's see. Abel says the physalis or Cape gooseberry taste sweet sour with a nice tart aroma. Okay, I love those type of fruits, sweet and sour, like tamarind. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to get started on tamarind. I love tamarind so much when I was a kid that I ate it to the point where I could actually peel the skin off my tongue. Yes. So I love those sweet and sour fruits. Yes. See, Melanie says, sold my strawberry a week ago and they already started to germinate. Wow. Did you soak the seeds first or did you, uh, oh my goodness, the name has left, the word has left my mouth. But did you put them in a fridge first and then start them after or did you just sow the seeds as is? LP says, same here. I hear lavender is hard to germinate. I'm hoping winter sowing it will make it a success. Well, given that it has a very low